trust is important. Being connected and unity and love, that is what is going to get us through. Faith and hope and love, that's what we have in abundance. On the other side of this war is fear and anger and hatred. We do not have that here. We have got something special, and that is what is going to get us, and that is what is going to get us through, no matter what form. And that is what is going to get us through, no matter what form your faith takes. So, is there anybody else that would like to speak today?
Yes, please.
Yes, wonderful. Abra would like to speak.
Hi everyone, my name's Abra. I have been working since the age of 17. I decided to go and study nursing, took myself all the way to Scotland and did my degree in nursing. A couple of weeks ago, I was told I wouldn't be able to work as a nurse anymore because I wasn't willing or wasn't ready to have the vaccine yet. And that was very upsetting when I was told, but I had hope that something would change and I would still be able to provide the care that I wanted to provide for the residents that I look after. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. Yesterday was the last day at work and it broke my heart. It broke my heart because I'd worked so hard to be where I was. I'd worked so hard to provide the care that I wanted to provide for the people that I was looking after. And I was going to have to think about how I was going to pay my bills. As much as I understand that we had to do this, or they are saying that we had to do this, I agree with the people that are saying that we need to be allowed to make a choice. And the fact that we are not being given the choice and are being pushed out and are being made to feel that this is a thank you that they are going to give us for being there throughout the pandemic is breaking my heart. I'm really pleased that all you guys have turned up today. It's very reassuring for me and my colleague who's here with me today to know that there are other people going through what we are going through. And I think right now that is the most important thing, just having your reassurance and your support. And hopefully they will hear us and change things and support us to continue to give the care that we want to give to our residents. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Abra. That was so brave of you to be so vulnerable, and this is the true impact. And honestly, I feel like I might cry as well, because that's what I can't bear. I can't bear that lives are and hearts are being broken, and people are now worried after working so hard at what they're doing. And yeah, so we need to stand here. We need to support these people. And Anna would like to speak now, so please welcome Anna.
Thank you, Louise. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Hello, everyone. I share AJ's sadness because I'm a veteran as well, and having to stand here once again trying to fight for our inalienable, fundamental, natural human rights is not somewhere I ever wanted to be, but here we are. Now, as some of you know, I'm also a senior lawyer, and I've been trying to help people understand their legal positions so that they can stand their ground and indeed fight back. So I'll try and keep it short because I could talk forever. But basically, you all have inalienable, fundamental human rights and civil liberties that cannot be taken away from you, not by your employer, not by the government, and not even by the Crown. Okay? Right? And one of those is your right to life, and your right not to be subjected to torture, cruel, degrading, inhumane treatment, which, being treated with a medical procedure or medication without your informed consent, freely given, is a form of. Okay? So those fundamental rights cannot be taken away from you by anybody. Now, when people question that, I can cite you from the Charter of Liberties 1100, which is still statute law in our country, through to the Magna Carta 1297, which is still statute law, through to the Confirmation of Charters, the Bill of Rights, the Human Rights Act. All of those are UK statute law, which clearly says that you have the right to life. and you have the right to bodily integrity, and that we are each sovereign. We are each equal in the eyes of God and under the rule of law, which means that nobody gets to put themselves in a position of authority over you. Okay? So these people who are claiming that they're in charge of you, they are not. They're your public servants. Right? We pay their wages. They are our public servants and we pay their wages. Okay? They are duty bound under the rule of law, under the Constitution, ethically and morally and lawfully to uphold our laws. And that law means that each and every one of you has the right to choose not to accept, to be masked, to be tested, to be injected. Those are each a breach of your bodily integrity. Okay, so if you're in an employment situation where they've just told you that you have to leave, fight back, raise a grievance, demand that they take you through the full health and safety risk assessment under Article 3 of the Health and Safety at Work Management Regulations, 1999. You have a right to work. You have a right to go to your work and not be harmed. If your employer wants to impose a medical treatment on you, they have to prove to you, the burden of proof is on them, that that's not going to harm you. They don't get to harm you. And they don't get to try and get your consent through coercion. Your consent has to be freely given. So if they're taking your job, if they're telling you they can't travel, if they're telling you you have to work from home, etc., that's a breach of all the laws. So please, people, bring a grievance, take them through the appeal process, and if necessary, take them to the employment tribunal. I am an employment lawyer, okay, so I've been advising people to do exactly this. But stand your ground. It's all totally illegal, unlawful, unethical and immoral. The reason they're getting away with it is because most people don't know their rights, so they don't know how to assert them, and so they're getting away with it. But under the rule of law, this is all illegal. Okay? So I hope that helps, and thank you for listening. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Anna. And I think that's one of the things, that's one of the reasons why we have to get together, because, you know, standing up for yourself alone is scary. You know, standing up with this many people behind you, that's empowering, that's exciting, and that gives you hope and strength, and you know that no matter what happens, you're not going to be alone. And because I've had to make stands in my time, but you know, and it's scary to stand up for ourselves sometimes. And so thank you, Anna. So yeah, please do get in touch. And there's also Workers for England Union that are also helping people. And we know this is all unlawful. You know, one of my biggest reasons for starting Save Our Rights UK was because the very first lockdown was done without following parliamentary protocol. Like, really basic parliamentary protocol was just completely abandoned. And as soon as I saw that, I knew we were on a downward spiral. Like, it was not going to end up well, it was not going to be good. And so that's when I knew that action needed to be taken. If they'd followed parliamentary protocol, which they could have done, there is a Civil Contingency Act 2004 that they could have brought in legally and lawfully to lock us down, then I would have still had a lot of issues, but at least they would have followed the rules. But they don't, and they won't, and they get away with it because, as Anna says, people don't understand. It costs a lot of energy and time to make a stand. Sometimes people go, oh, it's just easier to accept it. Well, no, we can't. We have to make the stand. We have to keep going. We have to keep fighting, and we have to, no matter how tired we get, how long it takes, we have to keep going, because what they have planned, we're not going for. We're not going to accept it. We don't want it. We don't want it for our children, and we don't have it if we keep saying no. So well done to everyone for coming today. Thank you for everyone for speaking out, especially to Abra and Lilith as well. Thank you for your courage and your bravery, and for doing the right things for you and for the people of this nation. You know, last year, carers were the heroes. They were the absolute heroes, and we clapped them every single Thursday. So we're going to clap the carers today. We're going to clap them right now for at least a minute, because, you know, the carers that, you know, it's been a grueling year, you know, because they've had restrictions, they've had all these impacts on their ability to work properly. You know, the NHS is swamped right now because of all the delays and all the people that haven't gotten treatment over the last 18 months. So, you know, they're working a really hard job. Care work is a phenomenal sacrifice anyway, even on a good day, and they deserve our appreciation. But today we're going to clap the ones that are going to stand up for freedom in spite of mandates, and they deserve our biggest applause today. So can we do a big round of applause for all of those?